Well, honey, it's the end of 2025.
Wow.
Well, it's technically the day after Christmas, but I do not fucking care right now because I am fucking sick.
You sick?
I'm a sick bean and I'm using the last of my spoons for this fucking podcast. So if that's not dedication, I don't know what is. If you could describe 2025 in one word, what would it be?
Stupid.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Charming Analysis Podcast. I'm Mari.
I'm Jay. You see?
As you can tell, I'm starting to come down with something.
Yeah.
So, if I have to cough, that's why.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just here being miserable.
You're here existing.
Yes.
So, yeah, this is our end of the year podcast that we normally do. We normally try and do it the day before New Year's, like New Year's Eve, but we got a lot of shit going on that day. And my entire job has gotten sick. Well, most of my job. I think most of my coworkers have pretty much gotten sick. So, to spare my voice and to spare everyone else, we're going to be recording this early and posting this, like, literally after we're done.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, so, for those who are wondering, what happened to our last not mini-Mario review. What happened to our last podcast we were going to do? We watched the movie and we ended up both being bored.
Mm-hmm.
So, unfortunately, that's all we were doing this year because we had no other time to do one before Christmas.
Yep.
So, take that with what you will. But yeah, this is kind of our end of the year podcast where we basically just kind of ramble about the year, channel stuff, and what we plan on doing next year for the channel kind of deal. So, it's basically a little bit of a rambly podcast to kind of just put into the void to show this is the end of the year kind of deal. Right, honey?
Mm-hmm.
I also got my Bean Hollow Knight for Christmas and
Yes.
Hollow Knight Silk Song, so he's a happy boy right now.
I'm trying to be a happy boy.
You're happy in your own way.
I'm happy in my own way.
So, what did you think of this year? Because
Some bullshit.
basically, why don't you talk about your end of 2025 first, and then I'll talk about mine. Because I feel like you have more interesting shit that happened to you this year.
I wish I could get more personal with it, but like,
Basically, in and of itself,
I don't know if I should.
Basic gist of what happened for Jay this year.
It's
You don't have to be like in depth. You can just be vague about it.
I don't know. It's just
Work shit.
it's been very just complicated and stuff. So basically, it was just basically 2013 all over again, or not 2013, 2023.
Yep, 2023 was a mess.
And it was not a good time.
We did have some good...
Thankfully, I didn't falter like last time. I think the one thing I was grateful for was really like a hyperfixation coming in to save me, because I would have been as miserable as always without it. But I was still not doing so great, and even now I'm not doing the best.
You're doing better than you did before.
I am, but
which is progress.
At the same time, still have my doubts about myself. I still have problems that I need to deal, I guess, with. I don't have any really confidence in. I don't have a lot of confidence in myself. And I get really sensitive, I guess you could say.
And there's nothing wrong with that, you know? Like, there's nothing wrong with being sensitive, because trust me, I'm fucking sensitive. If it makes you feel any better. Basic gist, Jay went through some fucked up shit in, like, May, I think?
Mm-hmm.
And it lasted, I think, until, like, September? I think.
October.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was September. But yeah, you basically went through almost half a year just dealing with fucked up shit. Is the gist of how vague Jay's gonna be. Mm-hmm. I basically had to deal with some of what he was going through as well. That's all I'm really gonna say about exactly what it is. But basically, while Jay was going through his shit, I was doing what I can to kind of keep the candle balanced on both ends while Jay was going through his shit. And yes, we're fine. First thing, it had nothing to do with us. I'm gonna tell you guys that right now. It was some more personal shit Jay had to go through. Does that sound about right?
Sure.
Well, you want to go with that? Mm-hmm. But yeah, basically that caused us to caused me to basically work more and overwork myself to the point where, there's some days I had to take off because I was dealing with it pretty bad. But at least stuff is starting to turn around for Jay a little bit. Like, he's at least in a better place than he was, like, months ago. Not the best place, but he's at least on a ledge. Can I say you're on a ledge?
I'm teetering. You're
teetering on the ledge. Like, you have your balance, but you're kind of just, like, teetering a little bit. Like, you're right there kind of deal. I'm hoping next year we can get all that figured out. I do know Jay has started to develop anxiety, like I have. For those who don't know, I have GAD, which is generalized anxiety disorder. I've had it for, I think, since 2012. I've had it since 2012, I guess, is the best way to put it. But I didn't know what it was till way later. I started to notice Jay getting something similar to that. Not this, I don't know if it's the same thing, but similar. I find it crazy you went from depression to anxiety. Like, I find that interesting. Is that weird?
No.
But yeah, so we're basically dealing with whatever he went through. Yes, I already know what it is, but for vagueness, whatever Jay went through, plus anxiety, plus other shit. I basically have been helping him get through it to the best of my abilities. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you said if you could describe 2025 in one word, it's stupid. Mm-hmm. For me, it's probably like one word. Overwhelming. It's probably the best word I can think of. At least for my circumstances, like, other than the fact that I was dealing with work, it's honestly not been that bad. It's just more overwhelming on some days than others, for me at least. But then again, I've had GAD for like a long time, so it's one of those things to where I've learned to kind of deal with it for the most part, and I still have my days, but it's not as bad as it used to be. It does get better. It just takes a lot of trial and error to kind of fix yourself kind of deal. You know what I mean? Jay's nodding in agreement, since you guys can't see him. But yeah, moving on from basically personal shit. How did you feel about how we did the podcast this year? What are your thoughts on how we did it? Because I think, minus a couple hurdles here and there, I think we did pretty good. What do you think?
I mean, we got through some shows and movies.
You wish you could have done more?
I started a Letterboxd account so I could keep track of stuff.
Also, one of these days, I gotta get Jay to actually, like, you know... Jay, stop picking your head.
No.
Yes. Anyway, one of these days when he has enough reviews on Letterboxd, I gotta get him to do a fucking video on his channel, because some of the reviews he fucking puts for them are so unhinged, and it's honestly funny, in my opinion. I'm honestly happy you opened a Letterboxd, because it also gives us a chance, it gives me a chance to kind of see what you write about some of the stuff, because I like seeing your reactions to some of the things. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of more of a star system. Like kind of how I do mini Mari reviews with the 5 Maris out of 10. Like not the 5 Maris out of 5 kind of deal. Because we normally do our podcast from 1 to 10 kind of deal. So getting to see my bean kind of do something similar to how I grade the mini Mari reviews is kind of interesting. Because I thought doing the 1 to 10 would be a lot better. But seeing your reactions to some of the things was kind of interesting, if I'm being honest. Mm-hmm. We've had some good podcasts. We've had some sucky ones. We've had some that we're kind of just indifferent on. So what is, I guess, so what was your favorite Halloween podcast we did? Okay, wait. First podcast that isn't a holiday one. What's your favorite podcast we did that wasn't a holiday one? Do you have a favorite?
I don't really have a favorite podcast. I just have, like, movies that I liked.
Okay, well, do you have a favorite podcast that you thought did pretty good, I guess? I'm trying to...
I don't know. Like, I just talk about stuff and then I move off from it. I don't really, like, linger on a lot of stuff too much. Unless you want to talk about it.
I know. I'm just... We did a lot of, like, from what I'm looking at, we did Brooklyn Nine-Nine this year as our main kind of, like, series that we were covering, which I was actually really happy about doing. This was one that Jay recommended, and I thought we did pretty good for the most part on this said review. Like, what do you think? Do you feel like we did good? Like, are you happy you got to have your bean talk about Brooklyn Nine-Nine with you?
Yeah.
I did too. Like, that was probably one of the more fun ones we did this year, was just kind of just talking about Brooklyn Nine-Nine kind of shit. And I also made a lot of the thumbnails for it based on Amy and Jake, because that's Jay's favorite characters. Well, favorite ship. Favorite heterosexual ship of all time. Does that sound about right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was basically my inspiration for a lot of the podcast thumbnails, was just doing random moments between Amy and Jake from the show as the podcast. What about your favorite do you feel like we did good on our Halloween stuff this year? Or was because I feel like the Halloween stuff this year was, like, pretty good for what we did. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it was good.
Is it one of the best ones we've done, or do you think we've done better?
Probably not, but...
Okay, I was just curious, because I think we did pretty good for our Halloween picks. Like, last year was kind of lackluster with a lot of the picks we did. We had some pretty good ones this year. I think my favorite out of the ones we did... Sorry. I think my favorite out of the ones we did is a tie, but I know I wasn't that big on the movies initially, but I liked actually talking about them with you in the podcast. I did actually like talking about the Terrifier ones with you. I thought it was an interesting series in and of itself, even though if I wasn't really big on the movies, I kind of like it more from a psychological perspective. And that was something interesting we got to talk about, and I was happy about that. I also really liked VHS Halloween, because that was, I think, the first VHS podcast we've done in, like, a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was honestly really good. Like, I had a fun time doing that one. What about you?
Yeah, I always like doing VHS ones.
Even if some are hits and misses. But it's interesting trying to see how that series progresses and all that stuff. So this year for our Thanksgiving special, because I like to do the taste testing videos, because I like to do something different for you guys. So that way you kind of get a break from podcasts and shit. But Jay was like, fuck that shit. I want to do something different this year. And I'm like, okay, well, what do you want to do? I'm open to suggestions. And he's like, let's do a 4-part podcast about family. Just family movies, whether it be good family movies, bad, dysfunctional found family, shit like that. And what made you decide to do that, if I don't mind me asking?
Because, I don't know, Thanksgiving.
True. Also, you didn't want to do a taste testing for whatever fucking reason.
I just want to watch good movies.
That's kind of been Jay's thing the last, like, couple months. I think since November has been like, I want to watch good movies. And then we watch a movie that's quote-unquote good, and then it turns out like shit. Not every movie that we've done did that. But there was a couple that Jay was excited about seeing. Like, the last one we were doing, it was called I Think I'm Gonna End Things. That's the name of the movie, just so you know. And you were excited to see that one. Like, that was the last one we were gonna do, and then we watched it. And you fell asleep for, like, a good 30 minutes. Mm. And I ended up watching it, and I was so tired afterwards. And then I wanted to kind of do something about, like, say something about it, but you were like, I don't really have anything to say, which I thought was kind of surprising, especially because this was one of the movies you picked out. So I thought you would have had at least a little bit to say about it. But not every podcast is going to come to fruition, and not every podcast is going to be good. Some of them are going to be shit, and that's just kind of how life works. But but next year, let's hope we do more good than bad. You agree? Do you like the first one or the second Hollow Knight better? Since Vibina's playing it.
I've only played a little bit of it. So.
I was just curious. I got him some new games to try out because he's never played Hollow Knight. So I got him Hollow Knight and Hollow Knight Silksong for him to kind of try out. Something different and something a little bit challenging for him. So we'll see how that goes. What's your opinion on the Christmas ones we did? Because I actually really liked the picks that we did for the Thanksgiving one. And the only ones I think I really liked out of the Christmas ones this year, I liked at least half of the picks we did. I think I liked Red One. Jack Frost was also pretty good. And I liked getting you to see Gremlins and the Santa Claus movies for the first time. Mm-hmm. Those, I think, were my favorite out of the Christmas ones we did. But what about you? What did you think of the Christmas ones that we did? Give me your full, honest opinion. Take it away, Bean.
They were fine. We're gonna be running out of Christmas movies, conventional Christmas movies soon, so,
We kind of made our Christmas Palooza a mix of, we had to, like, make, like, a new rule of, like, it has to be either taking place around Christmas, a Christmas movie, or take place in the wintertime, because Christmas is winter. At least for us, because we live, like, in, like, the northeastern part of the world. So, and you died, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Jay, I think you've died at least 10 times at least since I can tell. Mm-hmm. You probably died more, but I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, it was one of those things to where I feel like because we're running out of Christmas movies to pick from, we definitely are kind of mixing a little bit. As long as it's one of those three things, we're going to count it for the Christmas Palooza, in a sense. Because, example, Die Hard basically takes place during Christmas, which I did not fucking know. I thought that was interesting. Why do I feel like Jay's going to make me watch the Die Hard movies one of these days?
Maybe.
But, yeah, it's not the best Christmas Palooza we've done. Normally, we do better with our Halloween stuff, but I like personally doing the Christmas Palooza because it gives me kind of something to geek out about, while Jay geeks out about Halloween. What?
Sorry, this is one.
Did you find the little bug friend you liked?
I did, but I'm like way far away from them now.
No.
Oh my god.
Jay was obsessed with
enemies. They're gonna spear me to death.
Who was the character? What was the character's name that you really liked that was playing, like, the little instrument? That was your favorite?
I don't know their name.
If you guys know the little bug that kind of, like, plays a little song, like a little cute song, in, like, Hollow Knight Silksong, that's Jay's favorite character. He has been obsessed with this fucking character, even before I even got the games. And when he found the character in the game, he would not stop letting this little bug, like, sing to me, and I thought that was funny and cute. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Other than the fact that Jay went through fucked up shit this year, I went through a lot of overwhelming shit. I think this year was alright. Podcast-wise, I think we did alright. One thing I wish we did do is, like, I definitely want to start doing a little bit more anime with you, because we don't really do much of it, and I'd like to do that. I will also say this, though. I actually also like doing the mini-mar reviews I did this year. I started doing some more, like, interesting ones, because me and one of my friends that I know, like, IRL, have been watching a lot of stuff. So, every time we end up finishing a show, I end up doing a review for said show. So far, we've done Disenchantment, which I thought was interesting. Dragon Prince was also really good. And we're currently watching My Hero, so... Something I will say about My Hero is that when I do the mini-mar reviews for it, I'm going to divide it up based on the seasons. So, like, since there's currently 8 right now, I'll probably do 4 for one video and 4 for the other. But I'll let you guys know about that when I actually do the said mini-mar review. We also got to see Has-Been Hotel Season 2, so that was actually really fun to do, and I liked the little ranking thing I did. What about tier lists for this year? Did you like the tier list we did? Because I kind of like I love doing tier lists with my bean. Getting to see Jay talk about my hyperfixations and his thoughts on them is honestly fun. You agree? He nodded, just so you guys know. I guess let's say our goals for next year and what we plan on doing and stuff.
Just watch more movies, watch more TV shows.
Yes.
That's it.
That's for you. Is that all you want to do?
Pretty much.
For me, I definitely want to try and do some more anime. Either for mini-mar review or for our podcast. Either or. I want to try and do, like, a mix of different, like, medias to review and stuff. Like with Jay. And just for the mini-mar review, because it gives me something to talk about when I want to talk about something and he doesn't want to, because we both have different interests for the most part. So it gives me a chance to kind of talk about some shit that I can't really talk about with Jay. So, and it gives me something to kind of put in between the podcasts, so that way if we don't have anything going on, I can just do that. And I make it pretty simple. It's not the best budget thing, but whatever. Goals for me personally, because I'm more goal-oriented than Jay. Jay's just like, I just want to watch better movies and TV shows. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
For me, I definitely want to try and get, because we're currently on episode 10 of mini-mar reviews. My goal is to hopefully do, I want to try and do between 8 to 10 mini-mar reviews if possible. And they don't have to be, like, all at one time. They can be split up between, like, beginning part of the year, middle part of the year, all that shit. I really want to try and do 8 to 10 mini-mar reviews if possible. So that way we have one, like, either every other month or every, like, couple months kind of deal. Because there's a couple movies and TV shows I really want to do. Like, I really want to review Elio. I was going to do it before we did Dragon Prince. Well, I did Dragon Prince, but I never got a chance to do that. That's probably going to be the first mini-mar review I try and do, because I've been curious about it because it came out the same time as Jay's special interest, K-Pop Demon Hunters, came out. So I kind of want to see, like, how it did compared to it, at least in that aspect and other stuff like that. Bunch of other stuff here and there. Most of the ones I really want to focus on is, like, TV shows, some movies here and there, or, like, franchises for certain movies, like I did the Deadpool ones, like, a while back. Just stuff like that, at least for my aspect of it. But I definitely want to do more anime and stuff. I think that'd be kind of fun to add to the channel. But our next main series we're going to be, like, doing a podcast thing for, like, a multi-part podcast is going to be Better Call Saul. So that's from the same people that made Breaking Bad, which we did, I think it was like a year or two now ago. Mm-hmm. So Jay's been wanting to... It was a tie between that and What We Do in the Shadows, because Jay absolutely loved What We Do in the Shadows because he watched it way before me. But I decided, look, let's just do Better Call Saul and finally get that done. Because we were going to do it like the year after, but I kind of want to do like a chiller series. So that way we can kind of do more serious one, then kind of do like a chill one and so on kind of deal. Depending on the series. Because for the main ones, we try to do like series that are already done for like the main ones. And then if there's ones that are still ongoing, we do those in between, right? Mm-hmm. So we're doing Better Call Saul definitely. And I want to definitely get through Better Call Saul. And maybe if we have enough time, depending on how long it takes us to do Better Call Saul, I would not mind doing another like big series as long as we can get through Better Call Saul with a good amount of time. I would not mind doing What We Do in the Shadows next. Mm-hmm. But we're going to wait and see about that. It's going to depend on how long it takes for us to do Better Call Saul. You said 6 seasons, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Because it took us a while to do Breaking Bad when we did it before, but now that we kind of have like a flow of how we do stuff, we might be able to get through this like a little bit better, I guess. Mm-hmm. But yeah, other than that, that's basically it. Like, do you have anything else to say? Or not really? Because I'm losing my fucking voice. I don't know if you can tell. Not really? Mm-mm. So yeah, here's to hoping 2026 will be a whole lot better. Hello?
Yep.
Also, last thing. I definitely want to do Zootopia and Zootopia 2 and Wicked 2. Those are definitely some movies I want to do next month. So we'll see. Right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's basically our last podcast of 2025. So this should be uploaded hopefully the next like couple days. We're going to try and do it tonight. We'll see. But yeah, hoping I feel better by the next time the podcast shows up. I should be, though. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And I'm Ari.
Okay.
Happy last couple days of 2025. And we'll see you guys next year for the next season of our podcast. Right? And the playlist should be up in about a couple days. So yeah. Happy last couple days of 2025. Bye, guys.